Imagine walking through North America in the heart of the Ice Age. It is dusk, the sun is slipping below the horizon. You are hurrying back to your village with firewood, following a narrow path you have walked many times before. There are no cities, roads, or maps. Only tall grass, scattered trees, and the growing darkness. Somewhere ahead, your family waits beside a flickering campfire. But as you move through the grass, you feel it. The unmistakable sense that something is watching you. A predator heavier than a lion, armed with teeth longer than knives, and built for sudden, overwhelming ambush. The saber-toothed tiger. For most of human history, humans were not the dominant species. We were vulnerable animals, surrounded by predators powerful enough to destroy us, and few were more terrifying than this one. But if the saber-toothed tiger was such a dominant predator, why are there no saber-toothed tigers today while humans built cities across the very grasslands they once ruled? To understand that, we first have to understand what made it so feared, and why its greatest strengths would eventually become its fatal weaknesses. The saber-toothed tiger, properly known as Smilodon, was not actually a tiger. It belonged to an entirely different branch of the cat family. Everything about it was engineered for ambush and taking down large mammals. A full-grown adult could weigh over 600 pounds, with massive shoulders, powerful bear-like forelimbs, and short muscular tails. Compared to modern tigers, cheetahs, and other large cats, the saber-toothed tiger was built less for speed and more for explosive close-range violence. Its shorter tail mattered more than most people realize. Large cats use their tails like balancing systems. When cheetahs turn at high speed, the tail stabilizes the body. When lions chase prey across distance, the tail helps control momentum and direction. But the saber-toothed tiger was built differently. Its heavy frame and short tail suggest it specialized in explosive ambush attacks rather than long pursuit hunting. Then there were the teeth, curved, serrated blades nearly 11 inches long. For decades, scientists assumed they were simply oversized stabbing weapons. But more recent biomechanical studies and fossil analysis suggest something more precise. The teeth were likely designed to slice soft tissue around the neck rather than crush bone like modern big cats. And those biological strengths made saber-toothed tigers highly effective ambush predators, capable of hunting everything from smaller prey to the enormous mammals that once roamed North America. Ancient bison, young mammoths, giant ground sloths, ice age horses, and ancient camels filled the prehistoric world. For hundreds of thousands of years, this strategy worked almost perfectly, until the world changed, and eventually, a new and highly adaptable predator entered the landscape: humans. 15,000 years ago, humans in North America were far from the top of the food chain. Humans and saber-toothed tigers overlapped for thousands of years. They competed for the same large prey, such as buffalo, but humans survived through strategy rather than raw power alone. Ironically, both species may have been social creatures. Evidence from the La Brea tar pits in California reveals something remarkable. Thousands of saber-toothed tiger fossils show many individuals survived severe injuries, broken legs, crushed hips, damaged spines, long enough for bones to heal. This suggests they may have lived in social groups, caring for injured members much like modern lions or early humans. If true, our ancestors were not simply facing a powerful lone predator. They were competing against another intelligent social hunter, a true rival, and surviving in that world required more than strength. It demanded communication, planning, cooperation, weapons, and fire. Fear itself may have accelerated human social evolution. In a landscape filled with ambush predators, isolated individuals died. Groups survived. Most stories treat giant predators as obstacles humans eventually overcame. But predators shape prey. For thousands of generations, the constant threat of hidden ambush forged deep instincts in humans. The awareness of movement in tall grass, the unease of unseen eyes in the dark, the instinctive freeze before danger strikes. These fears were not random, they were survival tools. The humans who noticed subtle threats survived long enough to pass on their genes. And predatory cats have always triggered something deep inside the human mind. Modern house cats still carry fragments of this ancient toolkit: the patient stalk, the intense stare, the sudden explosive pounce. living echoes of Ice Age hunters now curled up in our homes. There is surprisingly little evidence that early humans regularly hunted saber-toothed tigers themselves. Ice Age cave art often depicts humans hunting bison, horses, and other prey animals in groups. But large predators appear far less often, and when they do, they seem to represent danger rather than dominance. Which raises a fascinating question. If humans were not systematically hunting saber-toothed tigers, why did the saber-toothed tiger disappear while humans survived? Around 12,000 years ago, the Ice Age ended. Temperatures rose, ecosystems shifted, forests expanded, and grasslands changed across entire continents. Slowly, the giant herbivores that once dominated the landscape began disappearing. Mammoths, giant sloths, ancient horses, and massive bison started vanishing from the world. And as the megafauna disappeared, the saber-toothed tiger began disappearing with them. Scientists still debate the exact cause: climate change, human hunting, disease, possibly all three working together. But one explanation continues to stand out. The saber-toothed tiger had become dangerously specialized. Its massive body required enormous amounts of energy, and its ambush strategy worked best against slow, powerful herbivores. Smaller animals were faster, harder to overpower, and often not worth the energy required to catch them. A predator built to dominate giant prey suddenly faced a world where giant prey barely existed anymore. Meanwhile, humans adapted. They hunted smaller animals, fished, gathered plants, created traps, and worked together in larger groups. Humans changed with the environment. The saber-toothed tiger could not change fast enough. And in that moment, something historic may have happened. Humanity was no longer simply surviving inside nature. It was beginning to reshape it. Long before factories, industry, or modern civilization, humans were already altering ecosystems around them. The saber-toothed tiger became one of the first major casualties of that shift. The saber-toothed tiger disappeared thousands of years ago, but evolution rarely discards what works. Watch a domestic cat stalk a toy or freeze before pouncing. Those behaviors are millions of years old. The patience, the stillness, the explosive release. Even today, cats remain only partially domesticated, independent predators sharing our homes. And perhaps this is why humans have always been fascinated by them. From ancient Egypt to modern living rooms, some ancient part of our brain still recognizes what they represent. Because for most of human history, humans were not the dominant species. We survived in a brutal world filled with predators powerful enough to destroy us. And surviving that world forced humans to become more cooperative, more intelligent, and more adaptable than anything that came before. The saber-toothed tiger did not build civilization, but the pressure it placed on our ancestors, the need for cooperation, intelligence, and adaptability in a dangerous world, may have helped forge the humans who eventually did. And somewhere inside every quiet, unblinking stare from the cat sitting silently in the dark, a faint echo of that ancient predator still remains, watching, waiting, remembering.